So today we have to talk about the budget. I like the idea of choice because they don't have choice in the old buildings.
Yeah, I think that's really the key to the whole project.
We thought we buy 100 desks and 100 chairs, 7 kitchens, and that's it.
And that was the initial brief, a plan which was quite traditional, and we should furnish it.
You did a lot of homework, I would say, because I can tell that you spent a lot of time thinking about the processes, the internal process, who needs to work with whom, who needs to talk with whom. We basically jumped in at a time where we could define what exact furniture would be needed for what situation.
We set up a certain budget for the furniture and the furnishings, and we had to realize that it is by far not enough.
This would really help with the acoustics. So these are samples, for example, wall coverings, and we were thinking about maybe putting and setting up panels along the wall, brought along some materials. And we were actually thinking that it would be a nice way to switch materials in certain places.
The changes in the office environments are dramatic, and it's on the topic of almost every organization, how they want to adapt.
We found out by talking that they were really tremendously changing their habits and also working structures they had before. Who is working together with whom? How are people communicating? What devices do they need? Is there a need for instance, the screens that, or the laptops or the screens do they need to be more discreet? Is it important that people that are walking around, passing by, don't see what they are working on? Or we were also asking about how much time do people spend on the phone? Do they talk a lot? Do they talk a lot with each other, or do they rather talk alongside on the phone?
Now we know that there are many other things you have to think about.
How are the different feelings in the different situations? People react to environment, and that is only possible at a certain standard.
It is the look and feel of the building you have to have in mind in a project like this. Create rooms where people want to stay and want to work. And that was a thing we had to learn in the discussions with Interstuhl.
We need to educate people where they work best. To work meaning concentration work in front of a screen or whatever. I think that you can do anywhere. Meeting people is the key, but that's also work, no? How you meet, how you interact, how you change your habit to do. This is, I think, the future of the building.
At the end, it was no problem because everybody accepted that this is necessary, and now the feedback we get from every stakeholder speaks for itself.
If you go a process together where you see what the needs are and what you want to accomplish, and within that process you agree to a certain standard you want to achieve, then you can justify a higher budget.
We have much more efficiency in our communication. The company culture is much better now. I would measure the return on investment when I walk through the building and talk to the colleagues, and the feedback is the return. And when people are happy, I don't know what could be better. These are things you cannot measure in euro. These are emotional aspects.